What's up, everybody? It's a Sunday morning. It's pretty cold. It's about 40 degrees right now in Ohio. And you gotta have that coffee. Today I want to talk about some of the issues that the car's still having after doing a 2JZ swap. So I'll kind of walk you through it of what I still need fixed. And I'm gonna slowly start getting to it. Like I said, it's still cold outside and my garage is not heated. So I'm kind of waiting for the weather to break a little bit before I'll start tearing into it. But there's a few things they'll start working on it right away. So let's walk around and I'll show you what still needs done after the JZ swap was done that I'm having issues with. But before that, let me get you a cold start because I know everybody loves that. That was the cold start. And there's the motor. Alright, well let me shut it off and I'll explain to you what I still need done on the car as far as a few things that I'm having issues with. Alright, so some of the issues I'm having with the 2J is that it does run hot as far as the engine temperature goes on a hot summer day. And there's a few things that I need to improve on. I did install two Mishimoto fans, and they're the pusher fans, and I believe they're 980 CFM a piece, but that's still not enough. So as far as the fans goes, I need to, I think, step it up a little bit. Maybe go to, I found some spout fans with 1680 CFM. So I'm definitely going to be picking those up and swapping them instead of running the Mishimoto ones. For the cooling, I think I will need to wrap the downpipe and my headers. And as you can see in the background, I still have the OEM hood, so there's no ventilation in the engine bay. So I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna cut and put the vents in, or actually gonna go ahead and pick out a carbon fiber hood, maybe with some vents. So haven't made a decision on that yet. So we'll see about that. And that, I don't know if you guys have a personal experience, how you keep your 2J cool, but I believe if maybe I'll upgrade the fans, get some ventilation in there, and wrap my headers in the downpipe. It should keep the temperature down, and that's not whenever driving. That's sitting on a hot summer day in traffic. My temps will get up to like 210, 220, but if I'm driving, everything's fine. It stays cool about 180, 190. So it's just sitting in traffic. That's what I'm having issues with, and I definitely want to get some ventilation and do a little bit better job at cooling this engine. I don't know who that was. So that's the biggest issue that I'm having with the car, and I can show you right now where the fans are at, where I have mine installed. So mine are right over here. There's one fan and there's another fan. And I also still have the condenser for my IC. So I believe, not too much air is really, it's kind of blocking the air for the radiator. So definitely need to upgrade on that. But if you guys have any personal experience, how you're keeping your 2J cool, let me know in the comments below. I'll appreciate it. And yeah. So that's the plan as far as to keeping the engine cool, and I hope it works out. If not, we'll figure something else out. Another issue, so when I put the motor together, I'm currently running Precision 6664, I think, ball bearing turbo, and for my inlet, where the oil input is line, I'll show you that right now. Right over here, I have a little bit of oil seeping out of here, and I thought that I should probably have an oil restrictor. Yeah, when I spoke to Precision, they told me I should not need a restrictor, but I think it's just too much oil pressure getting into the turbo, because at full throttle 2J is about, on my gauge is putting out about 120 psi when you stab the throttle, and I believe it's just too much oil. I might be wrong, but I think the turbo should be only getting about 40 psi. But if I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments below. And if you know of any other fixes, or maybe something that I'm doing wrong, or maybe something that I need, just leave a comment below. Really appreciate it. So the turbo issue needs to be corrected, because oil in a hot turbo cannot be any good. We already know what's going to happen there. So problem number 3 is my clutch. So with the stage 4 clutch, I don't think that OEM clutch master cylinder is rated for stage 4. So my clutch is very unpredictable. So whenever, just driving it, every time, you release the clutch, it feels different. Sometimes it releases early, sometimes it releases late. I mean, it's just not fun to drive. And I think it just can't handle that stiff clutch. So I was looking at it. Z1 has a Willwood master cylinder, and I think I'm going to order it sometime this week, and then I'll do a video on that, and we'll go for a drive just to see if it'll fix the issue. But I definitely do believe that that's the problem with clutch. And yeah, it's just not fun to drive, because the car's very jerky, it's not smooth, and I think that master cylinder is just taking a crap. So I will upgrade that, and I'll do the install video on that Willwood, and we'll do a review. We'll go drive around, and we'll see how it goes. I really hope they'll fix the issue. The 4th issue was kind of self-induced. My buddy was trying to help me out when we were doing the swap, and long story short, he ended up cracking my CD009 tranny at the drain plug, and basically I was not able to weld it because it was just very oily, and yeah, I just couldn't weld it as much clean as I did. I wasn't able to weld the transmission, but what I will do, I'm gonna pull the transmission back out. I'm actually gonna pull the whole motor back out. And I have another transmission that will swap the case from that to this one, because the other tranny is the original transmission from this car. So this is an 03, and it's the original tranny, and I actually end up blowing that transmission. It got stuck in the 4th gear, and you can't get it out. So I never investigated what it is, but it's just still sitting around. So I believe the case is still identical to the CD009, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull it and swap the case over. For now, what I did when the car was, when the swap was done, I ended up cleaning the transmission, I ended up grinding the channel, and we put JB Weld just to get the car driving and running, and get it tuned and all that stuff, just to see what other issues we might have with the car. So it did end up holding pretty good. It's still with the JB Weld on it right now, but I definitely don't want to have that, permanent as my permanent repair, because you never know. Being on the car will probably let go at some point, and then I'll be stuck somewhere at the track, or maybe driving somewhere, and it won't be a good day. So I will be pulling the motor just to do the case, to swap the case. So that's definitely the biggest problem, I think, because I got to pull the motor again, and I don't really want to do that. But you got to do what you got to do, right? Uh, and there's a few things that I still have to do, which is I'm gonna show you. I have my flex fuel sensor, which is mounted right over here, and it's right off the rail, right off the fuel rail. And when I'm driving, that sensor is rubbing on a firewall, making a real annoying squeaky noise. You can hear all the way inside. So once the motor is out, I'm gonna go ahead and cold work that spot a little bit, just to give it some more wiggle room when the engine is flexing. So I'll get rid of that crappy noise. And there's always the upgrades, you know, there's always the upgrades of more stuff that I want to do. I definitely need to go ahead. Once I pull the motor, I'm gonna show you. Once I pull the motor, I still have my AC lines that are not hooked up, and I have the two JZ ends for the AC compressor. AC compressor is in there, it's mounted. So once I pull the motor, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the AC lines, the old stock AC lines, and we're gonna take it to the shop and have them adapt the ends so I have a nice working AC, because you gotta have that. Obviously these are going to the powder coat shop. We're gonna get this powder coated to match the intake manifold, and probably we'll do the pipes also in gloss black. So shortly I will be putting on a video, and we're going to be yanking this motor back out, and we'll do the video on the transmission case, see how that works out. I hope it does. If not, we need another transmission. So next thing is I'm going to order the Willwood clutch master, and I'll probably get the slave at the same time, and we'll swap those. We'll go for a drive, make sure everything's fine and there's no other issues with the clutch. And as soon as that is fixed, we'll start yanking this motor out. And one more thing that needs done, and that's when the motor's out, obviously. I still don't have an overflow can for my radiator, so I still have this pretzel can that's installed in there, and that was just a temporary thing. But I picked up this generic overflow for I don't know, it was from eBay for about 50 bucks. So I'm gonna try to get this fitted right in there, and I hope it does fit. And if it doesn't fit, maybe I'll have to get something else, or we just have to make it fit. So we'll see how that goes. I hope that works out. So guys, for now, next video is gonna be trying to get the clutch fixed. I'm gonna go ahead and order the master cylinder and the slave cylinder this week. So maybe next weekend or so, I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out, and I'll put out another video, and we'll go for a drive, review it, see how it goes. And I'm really hoping that's gonna be our fix for that issue. But for now, that's about 4 issues that I got. I went over with you. So yeah, we're gonna get cracking on that, and I hope you guys like and subscribe, and we'll take care of all these problems. And if you guys have any personal experience with the issues that I did go over, please leave me comments below, and I'll glad to read them, and maybe there's something in there that will be useful for me to do. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.